This says Vayikra. That's the Hebrew name of the book of Leviticus, because we name each book of the Bible after one word in the first sentence. Now let's go up here, because it's so complex. Chapter 1, verse 1. God says to Moses, he tells him, tell the Jewish people, the Israelites. And then Moses tells, see the word balloons? All about the sacrifices. Now let's move quickly. More sacrifices, which if you think about it, we don't really do nowadays, because we don't have the temple. This is about Aaron's sons getting killed. Now this chapter 11 is about the laws of kosher, which we still keep. If you notice, right outside my door is a kosher food truck. Why? Because God forbid you should break one of these laws, even though we don't do the other stuff. Yeah. This we do. It's interesting, right? Now over here we get the laws of spiritual leprosy, which is called Sarah. And this is about the woman. Listen to this. 8 verses all about women in childbirth. We're done with the women. Hello. Now the next chapter has 59 verses about leprosy. Go figure the Bible. Yeah. So now make Zorah more about the spiritual leprosy. When you come into the land that I'm promising you, God's promising, you'll get this stuff on your house. You have to call the priest, and then he has to tear it down, take the bad stones to a place outside the city. Okay, come to this one, Opera mode. This is the part that we read on our holiest day of the year, Yom Kippur. We read about the goat that's taken, all the sins of the people are on this goat, and the goat is taken to a cliff in the wilderness and pushed off the cliff, and all our sins go with it. So we read that on, this is a very special part. It's called Kedoshim. Kadosh, it's holy. How to be holy. Why should we be holy? Because God is holy. So we want to be like God. Now, do not put a stumbling block in front of a blind person. Now this is the best part. When you go to harvest your field, right? You leave the corner of the field. You leave the grain that fell down. You leave the grape that fell down. You leave the immature grape. Why? For the stranger and the poor. Now we had a state senator in here earlier this morning, and I said, you want to see how some of the values of our civilization came about? In the Hebrew, which is the regular Bible, we say things for the stranger and the poor. Why? Because I am God, and you should be holy. This is my turn around. This is my granddaughter, Melody.
Melody, hi, I'm Andrea. Nice to meet you.
Hi. Melody is my true masterpiece.
And we're here at the Barbara Mendes Gallery, and we are looking at the side of the room with our artist SNOW MACK. And yes, this is her art up here. Yes.
Hi, welcome. Yeah. Mine are all the ones with the toy frames. So I make these frames. I've been saving toys for years. So I build the frames, and each one kind of like I give a whole special treatment. Like the one right here, it has pigs in the painting. So I want to make sure I put some pigs on the frame.
So the pigs, and then
there's like a
everything.
little pigs.
There's like a theme to the. So everything is included, not just the painting, but also the frame.
And the frame.
So it's a whole piece on its own.
And then the piece, this piece came about because I have like an interest in the goddess, and there's so many stories of the goddess. And this particular one is Goddess Marisi, who ushers in the dawn, and she rides pigs throughout the countryside. That's one version of the story.
Gallery. I'm interviewing SNOW MACK, and we have observed her beautifully exquisite paintings that glorify goddess and mythology. And we're looking now at some sculpture that her husband, KEVIN MACK, has done. And this is beautiful. He's also a painter as well. Can you tell me a little bit of his work and what it represents?
Kevin creates his sculptures in the computer using a software that's called 3D Code, and then he has it 3D printed. Kevin is a visual effects supervisor. He's worked on movies like Ghost Rider. He won an Academy Award for What Dreams May Come.
I love that movie.
He's taken
I love that
his work and combined it with his personal work. So being around computers, we've been working with computers for years. He was actually very instrumental in the very beginning, bringing computers into digital production. And so now, pursuing his own fine art, he's really excited with the sculpture that he's making.
Yes.
Really excited.
It's very unique. I haven't seen anything like it in terms of sculpture and art.
You can feel them. They're really lightweight.
What are they made of again?
This one's made of nylon.
Nylon.
But it's the same process. It's 3D printed after he sculpts it in the computer.
Ben Blob.
Ben Blob. There's a big one.
You know
We're
why?
happy because Barbara gave us a show together. We've been married 30 years. And this is our first show together in a gallery. And it's so much fun to see our art outside of our home. hanging together. Yes.
That's beautiful. That's so symbolic. And it's 2012. It's the year that just things are happening.
Just at our 30th anniversary. So then it's really cool to be having this show together in Barbara's gallery.
I want to ask you, how did you and Barbara get a
Barbara is really interesting. I met Barbara, I think it was 1994, and she was doing an interview show, a public access show called Angel City Art, and she invited me to be on her public access show, and also she had a gallery downtown I showed with her, and then we lost touch until this January, and she found me on Facebook. Which is like, Facebook, thank you very much, because I love her work. I respond really just so well to the colors. You can see, like, when you look at my work, and her colors. And
Together.
her work is very spiritual too, so I really respond to her spirit.